Hey, this is Jason Morris with eXp Realty and Real Estate Agents That Really Work, and this is week two. This is call number two with Matthew Rodriguez, and Matthew talked last week. Last week, Matthew went on 5 appointments. His goal this week was 7 appointments. And if you listen to last week's recording, you know Matthew just started working with me and stuff. So Matthew, how's things going, man?
Hey, Jason. It's going pretty well. Yeah, last week my goal was 7, and sometimes real estate can just kick you in the teeth.
So how many did you set this week?
Well, I went on 2 so far this week, and I have 1 scheduled for tomorrow. But I'm going to be working through the weekend to try to hit my goal. So
Yeah. So you got 2. So how did those 2 appointments go?
one of them we decided that we're not. I decided that I'm not going to take it. It was a low income, or it's a low price property. The other one, I'm going to follow up with him. I have a couple of hot leads that I'm following up with, spanning from June. He was doing some remodeling, and I think right about now he said that he's done with it. So I'm following up with these people pretty heavily.
Cool. So you went on one that you decided not to take because it was a low price point. What was there any other factors that made you make that decision?
There was a lot of work that needed to be done to it. Just from the seller disclosure, because it was expired, so I can look at that. But I didn't want to take it on.
Yeah, so sometimes, like that lower price point, I mean, I do a lot of lower price points in my market, but man, sometimes if it's cheap and it needs a lot of work on top of being cheap, and then it's not really that great of a price because of all the work, sometimes it's best just to pass up that stuff. I mean, I don't blame.
Yeah, it might be good for an investor, cash buyer investor. But I'm not there yet in terms of my network. I would like to get to that point. Know a couple of people that can actually put down cash for it, but it would be a difficult sell, I think.
Yeah. Well, something that you keep in mind is one of the important thing that we have as agents is we have the power of MLS. So just because you or I don't know an investor for that house, if it's priced well, that doesn't mean, there's not somebody else in your market, another agent that's going to see it once it goes on MLS and be able to, price it correctly, or be able to find that investor for it. So if it's priced right, there's people talk about location being the important thing, but we can't do anything about location of a house. There's really 2 factors that sell a house. It's price and condition. And condition can always be overcome by having the right price, or lowering the price. So how'd your second appointment go?
Well, I seem to be going on almost doing like a 2-step listing presentation, which I've been talking to some people. It's common for some people, but I want to try to kind of exit out of that because I'm seeing that I've actually had several appointments go very well, but then they'll have another agent come in and actually they take the listing. So it's almost like I'm doing the groundwork for them, and I want to move out of a 2-step listing appointment.
Yeah. I do that same thing, man. I send over the pre-listing package. I send over the net sheet, all the paperwork stuff. And every now and then I got one I got to go back and list, or I go to one, they don't sign the listing stuff with me right then, but then, couple weeks later or whatever it is, they'll end up signing the stuff with me. So, those that you've went on, man, you got to follow up like crazy with those people, and follow up with the mindset of like, I'm calling you because I want to help you. You know what I mean? I'm calling you, hey, Matt, this is Jason Morris from eXp Realty. I'm calling you, man. I really feel like I can help you, and when do you want me to start working for you? That's my phrase, man, that I use to close deals over and over again. When do you want me to start working for you? And just people respond really well, especially like here in the South, I don't talk about, hey, when do you want to list your property or when do you want to get it on the market? When can I start working for you? I think those are real powerful words.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to come from the point of view that, hey, I'm trying to help you and I'm trying to yeah, come from the point of view of helping, And so the second appointment you went on, how did that one go?
It went well. I think that I'm going to have I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it. Let's just say that. We built good rapport. He's got a couple things that he wants to do with the house first. Hopefully we'll get it listed this, well, not this month because this is the last day of the month, but hopefully this month. Wow, time goes fast.
Something I do with those people, because I get a lot of those people too, that they're like, oh, well, we wanted to replace the carpet or we wanted to paint first. My whole mindset is I want you to sign papers today. I want you to sign the paperwork today with me.
Right.
So, one thing that I always do is say, guys, if the paint doesn't really look that bad, maybe they just got some nail holes, offer the suggestion, hey, guys, I understand you want to paint, but, your walls are a light neutral color. More than likely a new buyer is going to paint anyway. They're going to paint the house anyway. What if we offer a painting credit? Or what if we offer instead of you replacing the carpet that doesn't look that good, what if we offer a carpet allowance? Man, you might want to try some of that on some of your listings or call back. This guy that needs to work, what kind of work did he need done?
Yep. That's a good idea.
What kind of work did the guy need to have done, or what kind of work did he want to do?
Oh, it's all cosmetic things.
Oh, okay. Man, and some of that cosmetic stuff, he may feel like it's a big deal because he lives in the house and he looks at it every day. He's got to walk by that. He's got to walk by that nail hole in the hallway. 5 times before lunch. But for other people, that might not be a big deal. You might want to call that guy and say, hey, I've been one of your follow-up calls. So it might be, hey, you know what? I've been thinking about this. Those cosmetic things you wanted to do. Or this, and this. A lot of people might want to do that themselves, or maybe they want to repaint that room or whatever it is and pick out their own color. Something that we do commonly is we just offer a credit. And that way you don't have to worry about it, and they can fix it and do what they want to with it when they take possession of the house. Like I had one recently where the guy put down new vinyl in the bathrooms where the buyer was actually saying, hey, I'm going to pull up that vinyl and put down tile. I mean, he went through all that headache work arranging everything where honestly they were just going to put down tile anyway, and they're going to pull up his new vinyl. So I'd offer that suggestion of a credit when you get in those situations. Let's offer rather than you paint this room, let's offer a paint credit.
Okay. Now, would you offer that at a certain price point? If it was below a certain price point, would you offer it? If it was above a certain price point, would you go ahead and have him fix it so it's presented better? What would be your advice on that?
Like if it's paint, say if all the walls are light neutral colors and it's paint in the house, if the guy's going to do it himself, I mean, honestly, man, it takes most people forever to do a common household thing, a common household repair like paint. I would offer some sort of suggestion as far as that would actually cover the cost of doing it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If it's something that's a $500 repair, talk to them about offering a $500 credit. You know what I mean? If it's replacing the refrigerator, offer a credit that's actually enough to replace the refrigerator. You know what I mean? So that's what I try to get sellers to do. Sometimes, they don't want to offer that. To replace the carpet in a 1,000 square foot house, it's going to cost you $2,000, $2,500 bucks by the time you pick it out, haul off the old carpet and everything. So I try to get, in that situation, I try to get them to offer a flooring allowance of $2,000 to $2,500.
Yeah,
if it's just a lot of
motivation. They're motivated to do it.
Yeah, exactly. If it's a lot of odd and end stuff, that's not really, one big thing like that, just have them offer $500 credit for repairs or something like that. Just something that would be enough to cover whatever it is that needs to be done. But so you got one appointment tomorrow. Tell us about the appointment tomorrow.
It's an old expired. I've been focusing a lot on old expireds. I've been pulling month by month and going through them. But yeah, I mean, it's $220,000. So we'll take a look at it. It's in an older established neighborhood, but yeah, I'm feeling hopeful about it.
Um, that's cool, man. So you're really focused on expires. What about for sale by owners? Have you called for sale by owners any?
Yeah, I call a couple of for sale by owners every day. I haven't been focusing on it like I was previously, but
Yeah.
I do want to start bringing in other lead source strategies to my daily routine. So I went over that video that you did, the 28 lead source, and
Yeah.
a couple of those out because you can't just rely on one thing, 100% of the time.
Yeah, you know what? You gotta have multiple lead sources or multiple avenues. I mean, I kind of focus on expireds, for sale by owners, and withdrawals, but it never hurts. I mean, I do Z buyer, but too, and that's really the only other service I pay for. But man, the notice of evictions. I mean, that's something I need to add back to my repertoire. Nobody, like all the agents I talk to through real estate agents that really work, nobody has ever heard of anybody calling the owners that have filed notices of eviction.
Right.
Which is amazing. I mean, it takes a little bit of work to go get them. I mean, you got to physically go down to the courthouse or call a title company to research them. But what do you have anything you think you're going to focus on or give a try?
Yeah, I'm going to go for. I have a couple things I'm going to do. I'm going to focus more on my center of influence, which I kind of got away from for some reason, but it just seems natural to do that. Sometimes you don't like asking people for help, but a lot of the business is referral. So,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, you need to get those people in a format that you can easily go down through. Whether it's using your CRM or using a notebook or index cards or whatever it is. I mean, get them in a format where you can easily go down through them, and you're not really calling those people going, hey, do you want to sell your house? Or, hey, do you know anybody you want to sell your house? And when they tell you no, you go click and hang up. Those are people that, man, you just want to keep in contact with them. I mean, even a message through Facebook, dude, a lot of these people, it's going to be really powerful. Just send them a message. Hey, how's things going? What are you up to nowadays? Look down through their face. Take your CRM, pick so many people a day or whatever.
Yep.
Go down through all your people and just send people a message through Facebook. Look down through their Facebook page for something they got going on in life. Either they just had a new baby, they just got a new dog, they just went on a trip or whatever it is, and send them a message relating to that,
Connect with them on a personal level.
Yeah, and try to connect to your sphere of influence on a personal level. Just like, hey, I've seen where you guys went to, Charlotte last weekend. How was the trip? Or I've seen you went here. Did you like it? Or whatever it is, send them more of a personalized message, man, and really connect with them on a deeper level. Because that's what your sphere of influence really is. It's about building an actual relationship, not just calling them and saying, hey, want to sell your house? Okay, no, bye.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I'm also going to be doing old withdrawals and Craigslist rentals. So I figure anybody that's renting out, they might consider selling. I mean, a lot of people, whether you know it or not, are tired of renting.
Oh, yeah.
Are tired of having rentals.
My opinion is if it's for rent, it's probably for sale.
Yeah.
And
sure.
I did a video like a few weeks back where I talked about how I was getting for rent by owners. And what I'm doing is I'm calling them the initial call, and this is what I'd recommend you do. And the initial call is about it's just gathering information, really. It's more like, hey Matt, this is Jason Morris from eXp Realty. I saw you in a house for rent over at so and so. Have you thought about selling it? And they'll probably tell you no. And if, like my market, the rental market's on fire, so I mean they probably already got it rented by the time you get them on the phone. Anyway, just offer them some information. Yeah, well, we sell a lot in that neighborhood. I'd like to send you some information about me and my team and what we do to sell houses, just in case in the future if you decide to sell it or something, you have some information about me, and then follow up with those people like, every 4 to 6 weeks, because most of these people, man, are one eviction away. They're one eviction filing away from being sick and tired of the whole thing and putting it on the market. Dude, I'll tell you a quick story. I actually listed a for rent by owner this week, and the guy was, man, I talked to him. I don't know when the first time I talked to him was, but I'd follow up with him every so often. I noticed, I drove by, I just happened to be driving down the road. I see a for sale by owner sign. I write down the number, and I get home to call him and stuff, and I go punch in the number in my phone, and it was a number that I'd called before.
Oh.
And I recognized this guy. And I talked to him probably like 45, 60 days ago or so. Hadn't called him back again. Turned out in that 60-day time period, he was having some trouble with his tenant like 60 days ago. And I didn't know anything about it, but his tenant was like just raising hell over there in that community. And everybody was complaining on him and all kind of stuff. So he ended up evicting the tenant like 45, 60 days ago. He ended up having to do new carpet, new paint. I mean, the guy pretty much destroyed the unit. He is sick of renting it out, and we listed the place. And it is in that area, it is the cheapest ground floor 3-bedroom unit. He is a seller that wants to sell. He's motivated. He does not want to rent the place back out. He cannot afford to hold on to it and pay the HOA and the mortgage payment and everything. Dude, he is a perfect seller. I put it on the market, and within 24 hours, I already had 4 showings. I mean, for rent by owners. Yeah, I mean, you collect those people.
Yeah.
I mean, you send an email.
It's always great that you have you already talked to them. You know, I was listening to Aaron Wittenstein, and he's got a script where he says he's calling for sale by owners, and whether he's talked to them or not, he starts it out as, hey, I don't know if you remember, but we spoke when you first put the home on the market. It kind of gives you an icebreaker and kind of lowers their defenses a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and a lot of these people that I've got in my database, I mean, dude, I've probably got 600 or 700 in my database from calling them. You know, and some of these guys are dating back 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And what we're waiting on is we're waiting on the tenant's lease to end, or them to have a problem with the tenant and they got to kick the tenant out. I mean, we're waiting on one of those two things for them to get sick of being a landlord, and it is going to happen. You know what I mean? On a long enough timeline, everybody gets sick of being a landlord. So, dude, I would call those people, man. Start collecting them. Start building your database of for rent by owners and stuff. So, we got just a couple of more minutes here, man. So, what is your So you ended up a little bit shy of your goal this week, but you got 3 appointments. You know, you got today to call. You got the weekend to call, man. You know, I mean, my thought is you'll set 1 or 2 more. But what's your goal for next week?
You know, I'm going to keep it the same goal, 7. I'm not going to lower my goal just because I had a bad week. So
yeah,
keep on pushing.
Let me ask you though, what are you going to do differently this week? This coming week?
Make more contacts. Hands down.
Make more contacts. Just
spend
make
more time on the phone. Yeah.
You know, you mentioned you're going to add more for sale owners, and you're going to add withdrawals to your repertoire.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm also going to be doing a little bit more driving for dollars, looking for distressed properties, maybe vacant properties. So.
Oh, man, that's a great idea. Dude, I do that thing, man. Whenever I'm going somewhere, either before I get to the house, I'm killing a few minutes, or, you know, after I leave, you know, I always cut the block, drive around the neighborhood real quick, and I just look to see if there's any for sale by owner signs and stuff out. And you'd be amazed, man. I got one community. I've listed 3 in one community in the last month. And, I mean, it's just from driving around the community and looking at for sale by owner signs. And it's kind of funny. But cool, man. So you're going – you ended up with 3 this week. You ended up a little bit short, but it's not a big deal. You know, the week starts over. You got your goal for next week is 7. And I want to make sure that, you know, everybody knows this on every call, because somebody out there is probably listening that knows somebody in Greenville, South Carolina that wants to sell. So Matt, how do they get in touch with you, man, if they want to sell their house?
I'm on Facebook. I'm easy to find. Just go ahead and find me on there. Message me. I'll always see it. So if you need to talk to me, talk to me. Or if you want you can give me a call too, or text. My number is 864-354-9100.
All right. Sounds great, man. Well, hey, we'll talk to you next week.
All right. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, man.